So you've been through a tough breakup, and now you've decided that you want your ex back. Well, first, you need to figure out a few different things. You need to know why you want your ex back. You need to know how your ex feels about you, and you need to know whether or not your ex is dating someone new. The truth is, if your ex is dating someone new, then this is going to affect getting them back in a big way. Not only because it affects your ex's mindset, but because it affects your mindset. Think about it. How did you feel when you found out? It was awful, right? You were scrolling through social media or having a conversation with a friend or even with your ex, and like it was nothing, you found out that they had a new boyfriend or girlfriend, and your heart sank. An overwhelming feeling of sadness and pain consumed you, and things felt hopeless. At that point, maybe you panicked. You wrote your ex a long message pouring out your feelings, or calling them names, or begging for a second chance. And I'm sure where you're sitting now, you've realized that messaging your ex something like this is a massive mistake. And it only hurts your chances, but there's no denying that this had a major effect on you and really hurt your mental state. And sure, you've probably heard about no contact and how you need to give your ex space so that they can truly miss you and want to come back to you. But none of that advice really feels like it's helping right now. No, you want something, anything, that will help alleviate the emotional distress you're feeling in this moment. So how do you get over this incredible pain? How do you move on? And what are your next immediate steps to get your ex back into your arms? Well, in this video, I'm going to try and answer all of these very difficult questions. But before we get into some hard-hitting information, the first thing you need to do is to close your eyes. I'm not trying to get all hippie and zen on you, but trust me, just follow along with me. Just close your eyes right now and take 3 deep breaths. Go ahead. I promise that if you do this with me right now, you will feel the pain in your chest begin to fade, and the rest of you will feel 10 times better. Just focus and concentrate on your breathing, making sure that your breaths are full and deep. Focus on how relaxing this feels. Did we get all that? Good. Because this is the most important thing for you to know right now. The fact that your ex is dating someone new can make it difficult for you to get them back. Not because it means they've moved on, but because it's likely made you panic, treat them differently, and make mistakes. I know every single fiber of your being right now is telling you to call your ex or text them and beg for them to come back. But trust me when I say that if you do this, your chances of getting them back will fall down to 0. So instead of panicking, do your very best to relax, think rationally, and follow my advice. Managing your mental state needs to be your top priority right now, if you want your ex back. And in order for you to get your ex back, we need to stick to science and psychological research. Hysterics, begging, and pleading are not gonna work. As far as I know, this erratic behavior has never helped someone get their ex back. What we need to do instead is build the type of attraction that forces your ex to want, desire, and become obsessed with you. You're never going to pity your ex into wanting you back. Furthermore, if they are seeing someone else, there's almost nothing you can do or say that will make them change their mind about being with you again. At least not right now. If you two just broke up and they're already dating someone else, they're in what is called a rebound relationship. But don't worry, there are a few things about a rebound relationship that you need to know before moving forward. The first thing is that rebound relationships typically don't last. The second is that they're often very shallow, and that the third is that they're very passionate. Now this last one is a big one. Right now, your ex just found someone to temporarily replace you, and they're probably riding the wave of emotions right now. The more you try to beg or plead, the more they're going to lose attraction for you and fall right into their rebound's arms. So what's the best strategy to take given these circumstances? Well, the best move right now is to just not move at all. Just wait. I know you've probably heard of the no contact strategy, but in this case, you'll need to also engage in a strict no ex strategy as well. That means you need to do whatever you can to get past these hugely emotional and negative feelings by blocking your ex out of your mind completely. Now I know this is easier said than done, but here are some tips to do so. The first is to don't go on social media, or at the very least, unfollow or mute your ex. The second is to delete their contact information from your phone. Now this will prevent a drunk text or a late night phone call. Write it down on a piece of paper and give it to a trusted friend so they can return it to you after the appropriate amount of time has passed. The third is to take all of your ex's gifts and belongings, anything that reminds you of them, and put them in a box. Hide this box and put it out of your sight and mind. The fourth is to keep yourself preoccupied. Now it'll be easy to just sit around and mope and cry, but to truly get beyond your ex right now, it's best to keep busy. Hit the gym, spend time with family or friends or whatever generally makes you happy. Now be strict about these rules and make sure you don't deviate, because once you do, it's like falling back into the hole of despair again, and it'll be even more difficult to climb out. For the next month or so, make sure that you're doing everything in your power to stick to these 4 simple rules. And remember, this is in addition to no contact. I know things seem grim right now, but I guarantee that if you get past this difficult phase, you will come out on the other side stronger than ever. How? Well, just picture your ex once they eventually get out of that rebound relationship. Imagine them feeling that powerful sense of loss. The same kind of feeling that you're experiencing at this very moment. At that point, who do you think they're going to be thinking about? Now, if you've been playing your cards right and listening to my advice, your ex will probably be the one contacting you when this happens. At that point, you have total control. Now, before I tell you about how you can take advantage of this brand new position, I encourage you to head over to xbackquiz.com. Take the free quiz you'll find there. It's simple, it takes about 5 minutes, and it will answer the question, can I get my ex back? So if you're still confused as to what to do next after watching this YouTube clip, then head over to xbackquiz.com and answer these questions. Okay, back to it. Let's go over a few things you can do to make sure your ex begins chasing you and obsessing over you in no time. If your ex does break up with their rebound, then this is your best chance to get them back for good. The most ideal situation at this point is that they text you after their rebound breakup. So what do you do if your ex texts you? At this point, it's imperative that you do nothing. If you're in this situation, you'll want to regain the control that you lost after the breakup. Now, if you've been following the advice in my videos, your ex will be thinking that you're living your best life. And they'll probably feel that they've messed up big time by leaving you. So don't come running back to them as soon as they show any sign of interest in you. This is a huge mistake. This is not the time to lose your cool. The best thing to do after your ex texts you is to wait at least a day to text them back. No exceptions. Now, this may feel like you're playing games, and you can look at it this way, but I wouldn't suggest it if it didn't actually work. You may think your ex will be angry, but actually, the opposite is true. Your ex is feeling really low right now. They lost you, and even though they initiated it, this is how they feel. And then they lost this new relationship, so they're pretty close to rock bottom. When they texted you, they were basically calling out to you for help. They needed something to hold on to. So trust me when I say that they're waiting for the text back. And once they get it, it will feel like a little raft in the middle of a dark, scary ocean. So when you do reply, after this 24-hour period passes, do your best to seem surprised. You could say something like this. Hey, so good to hear from you. Sorry it took me a while to respond. I've just been really busy. Things have been going really good. How are you doing? Now, obviously, you'll need to tailor this response to your specific situation and their message, but what you really need to know is that you must project positivity and happiness in this text message. You need to show your ex that you've been doing really well since the breakup. Now, this will shatter that image that they might have had of you in their mind, and at this point, they will naturally begin to chase you. Remember, people are attracted to happy, vibrant people, and your ex is no exception. Now, what if your ex doesn't call or text you? Now, at this point, you'll need to find out if they are still with their rebound or not. But again, you'll want to do this only after your period of no contact is over, and only if you feel like you're emotionally stable. If they are still in that rebound relationship, then continue engaging in no contact and continue removing all thoughts of them from your mind. But if they aren't in that rebound relationship, then now is your time to pounce. At this point, what you need to do is find the right way to reach out. The first text is crucial. It is really make or break, so you want to get it right or risk scaring them off. Now, I recommend keeping it casual, but still interesting. So don't just say, "Hey, sup?" But also don't say, "I want you back so much and I need you and I love you." You want your ex to read the message and still wonder if you're interested in them. You also want to give them something to respond to, so just asking a question is really important. I know this is a lot to think about, so here's an example. You could send your ex a text that sounds something like this. "Hey, I need a quick favor. I know you went to Cabo a couple years ago. I'm supposed to go with some friends. Do you have time to answer a few questions? You were always so good at planning vacations." It's as simple as that. You'll want to make sure that you text your ex for a good reason. Don't say something stupid like, "I miss you," or "I still love you." At this point, those kind of messages aren't going to do you any good. The only way you're going to get your ex back is to meet up with him or her and build attraction slowly and organically. If you've been following this advice up until this point, your ex should be more than willing to help you out. At this point, you can go for maybe a quick coffee, and this is where the real magic begins. Now, you're in the best position possible to really use some of the tactics that I teach in my other videos. So again, if you need more help beyond what I've just shared in this video, check out my video on xbackquiz.com. And of course, watch the other videos on my channel. I've tried my best to cut out the filler and only include information that you can actually use. Thank you for watching this video. Please do me a huge favor and smash that like button and hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Talk to you soon, and thank you so much.